Hey, what's up? It's Whistle, and welcome back to another episode of Timberborn. If you guys missed the last episode of Timberborn, go ahead and check that out because we built this that is right in front of our faces. So this is going to be our third little district that we have set up in the beaver world here. So as you guys can see, this is just a relatively small at the moment colony on top of a lake. So we are going to be working on expanding this. I did say that I was going to do some of it off camera. I did not wind up doing any of that. So we are going to do that together. Let me just see where we're at. So I currently have the platforms being built all the way around. So I don't even know how big this is at this point. Probably like a 12 by 12 maybe. That's kind of irrelevant. I'm just kind of guessing, to be honest. But I know I need to demolish this here. So let's get rid, oops, that's building. So let's get rid of all of this metal here. I do really want to keep the metal here, but it's just getting in the way. So I think I might wind up just getting rid of it, but we'll see on that. So I'm thinking, let me just go ahead and put some platforms. Oops, that's way too tall. We're going to put platforms out to here as well, just so I can extend a pathway out here. And as with most things, they're just going to kind of build it when they have time to, which is perfectly fine. And I'm actually going to go ahead and just double check. Oh, great. We are doing pretty good on the whole food and water thing. Unfortunately, we don't have these two water pumps running yet. So where can I take beavers out of? Maybe these? Will that too be enough? That's fine. So, I mean, I guess realistically we could just go ahead and get this last house that we built connected up to our triple lodge. Or, I'm sorry, our district. We'll be able to get 9 more beavers that way. And then this should wind up being a colony of 39, which should be manageable. And we can kind of expand as we go. So, super exciting. I was talking in the last episode, not really sure what I wanted to do with like this space here. I was thinking between filming the last one and this one, we're a few days on at this point in real life. I think I might turn this into like stairs or something right immediately in here, so I can build more houses and such up here, and I can also do a set of stairs over here to get more storage and just kind of have this city be, let me see if I can zoom out a little bit, just a huge, massive, like vertical thing at some point in the future. So that's kind of the loose plan. As you guys know, if you've watched any of my stuff, my plans tend to change pretty quickly and pretty often. So we'll see how much of that actually winds up staying. Where's the best spot to put a farmhouse? Probably right there. Nice. So we'll do that, and let's just get all of this set to potatoes. Or at least some of it. I don't really want to go all the way to the edge of the green zone. Maybe to like here. That should be fine. That's a lot of potatoes for one farmhouse. But the reason I don't want to extend all the way is, especially once I get these water pumps running, our water level is going to wind up falling down to a lower level, and this green space here is going to wind up just receding further and further back. So like we might wind up losing like this little corner here. Not terribly worried about that. And here we are in our capital city district, just doing a quick resource check in all the districts just to make sure everything is fine. We got 3,500 water, 14,000 food, with a lot of potatoes and wheat as well. So I guess we should probably build more bakeries. I don't know where a good spot to put them would be. Feasibly, I could put one in here, but that would be... Actually, you're collecting potatoes. That's a pretty good spot to do it, actually. So let's put, a grill in here. Nice. And then let's do it there, and I can just put a little pathway in just like that. Cool. So that'll be 2 more grills. That should help us keep up with our potatoes. Wheat is doing pretty okay. We have a lot of wheat kind of stored up. Obviously, we have 1,200 wheat as well as 800 flour. So bread is going to be fine. We'll kind of work on that. If I need to add more stuff down here, I certainly can. But even with all the storage that we added in the last episode, 2 episodes ago, whatever it was at this point, I apologize. This one is already full, and that is effectively full. So is that. So we're basically full already, which means we could use more storage. And I'll have to figure something out with that. Something I was kind of thinking about, and I don't know the best spot to do it. I could put a little platform out here and just have this be like a massive storage area as well. But we'll see on that because we're reaching the edge of where the district can wind up reaching. And heading over to our Drought Defenders district, just gonna again do a quick check. Food, water is just about full. You see this one here has 13, but all of the other ones are more or less full, and I'm assuming, actually no. So this warehouse is pretty well full, but this is only about a quarter full, so that's good. But you know, we have 5,000 food, so food isn't going to be an issue. And we are still exporting planks to our main city. Yeah, we got to figure out a big project to use all this wood on, because right now it's just, we got 1,600 just pure raw logs just chilling. And I don't know what I need to do to get beavers working in these water pumps. Let's see if I can't just like pause these for a sec, see if that winds up doing anything. Okay, we at least have one beaver working the water pump, which should be fine. That will make me feel a lot better. And 0 unemployed, so let's just open these back up, and as the babies grow up, they'll wind up just going back in there, and that will be fine. I have, actually, let's, no, that should be good. One is planting, one is harvesting. I'm not quite sure why, because it seems like this just always winds up not getting collected, but that could just be because the field is too big. I'm not too sure, but I will try to figure that out. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. And otherwise, these guys seem to be keeping up really well with the carrots. And same with these guys with the trees. Maybe let's just go ahead and give them one more. Just because that's probably been there for a bit longer than I would have liked. But yeah, otherwise, we're doing great on the resource front. So we are definitely in the later portion of the game where we can just kind of build whatever we want because we feel like it. And personally, that's my favorite part of the game. When you're only limited by what you decide to build. And I was also talking about putting down like a water stream this way somehow. So I don't know the best way to do that necessarily. I think it would definitely be worth it to go ahead and, oops, there we go. Just get rid of all of that metal as well. So we can have a path go straight from the district center out to here, and then this is all going to become a huge amount of buildable land. And I'll probably have the little stream running out this way. Maybe that's probably my best idea. Run it out this way and have some dynamite going, even if it's just directly behind here, just kind of extend it a little bit further. But we'll see once I get to the specifics on that. So that might not be the best idea, but that's also something we can kind of work on and figure out as we go. But for right now, this path is just going to be connected to nothing because I don't really have any specific need for it, so that's totally fine. Storage-wise, we're doing fine. We're not really producing anything that would need to get stored besides potatoes, but the grill is kind of maintaining that. All right, and looking quickly at what we have in this district available for building materials, we don't have any planks. So let's go ahead and just make sure that we adjust at least one of these guys. Oh, we should be bringing planks. Oh, right, we're going through like 1 billion planks to build this platform. I forgot. Sorry, guys. Because what I was thinking, I could put, I don't want to go super crazy, but I could put in like, maybe a large windmill would probably be smarter. So we'll do like a large windmill, and then I could just put a couple buildings that require power in here, or even one more maybe. Yeah, let's do that. So let's just do 2 of those. We're going to set this to a super low priority, so it's just going to build as it can, and I need to bring paper in, but that's fine, because we have 280 paper. But let's get a little industrial area ready to roll. Oops, that's not really what I wanted. And then I think, honestly, how far out do I need to put a lumber mill? Right there, that's fine. So we'll do 2 lumber mills, and then I could put a gear workshop here in the future, and everything will be connected to power, and we should be fine with that. And that's just, that's going to take a little bit to build, so we're just going to place that down. we'll get some paper over here. But otherwise, we will work on some other things. So hopefully we remember to bring the paper back over. Also, let me actually just check. Yes, 53 dynamite. Nice. So that's going to be super helpful. Are we already done destroying? No, we haven't really gotten too far. So let's actually speed the game up to 2x speed just to get some of this done a little bit quicker. And again, once we wind up dealing with the platforms in here, plank production should be relatively quick for us, or at least the process of bringing them over, because this is just a stupid amount of planks that we have required. Each of these platforms requires 4 planks. So again, if you do the math, that's, what is that, 4, yeah, that's a lot. We're at a 15 by 15 square, not including these or anything, but that's a lot of planks. And this is also a lot bigger than what I was planning on doing, but I like the way it's going to wind up looking, because it's going to be spacious enough where I can put, you know, some stuff in here, and I could even potentially put in monuments or something down in the, or I'm sorry, I could even put monuments at some point down the road in these little spaces here and figure out stairs. Might need to make it one wider to do that, but the possibility is there. Otherwise, I really, really like how the little benches turned out, to be honest. I kind of wish I had my houses set back one further, but then there would just be like this awkward gap in the middle, and that would probably not look good either, so I'm not unhappy with how this turned out. Considering I didn't spend a whole ton of time planning it, to be completely honest. Except I don't like how these pathways don't line up, so I'll probably have to do some thinking on that. Just because it looks a lot better when they line up, but that's not the end of the world. So, something else I was kind of thinking on. I have a ton of metal blocks that I'm not going to use for anything else. So, I was kind of thinking if I start to put in like bridges. I know I was kind of talking some smack to the bridges a couple episodes ago about how they're not like super useful, etc. But if I put bridges in across the, you know, even like let's say this span right here, I think it's gonna look really cool, which is worth something. And then I also won't need to have the paths going on here, because the beavers can just walk across the bridge, and we can pretend that it's for beaver safety, which is fun too. So let's do that. I think that's gonna be my main project while I'm kind of expanding the 3rd district that I have set up. And at this point, I know I haven't really done too much in like the capital district, this one over here, in quite some time, but we're reaching the point in the game where like that's just self-sufficient. It just kind of does its thing, and I know it's gonna be perfectly fine. I am gonna do a quick cut real quick. I need to just plan out what exactly I want to do as far as the bridge in terms of spacing and everything. So let me figure that out real quick, and I will be right back. Alrighty, welcome back, guys. So I built a little bridge thing. Not so little, because this is a huge space it's gonna span. But I started it, so it is gonna take a bit of time in order to wind up finishing, because if we take a look at what we have. So I didn't really have to move that much, which was good. I had to move this farmhouse, which is perfectly fine. I won't be able to farm carrots, I think, the last 3 or 4 rows here, but I planted some extra stuff. Will be perfectly fine. That will just kind of happen when it happens. But anyway, so the rest of this here, let me move that. So it's a span all the way across, and I think it's going to wind up looking pretty good as well. Where I can't move my mouse, unfortunately, but off on the far left, oh, I can, cool. So on the far left-hand side of the screen over here, this is a 6x1 into another 6x1, and then I believe I did 4 long bridges here. And then this is a district gate, because the suspension bridge acts as a pathway, so I needed to put a gate in, which worked out perfectly because this span that I already had was an odd number. And then it's just mirrored on the other side. So while it may not look super symmetrical, because like this scaffolding is going to be hidden over here. And actually, it's not symmetrical at all, but that's okay. That's fine. We can just pretend. Anyway, what I was trying to work up, or what I was trying to say rather, since I built it out 1 block away from the aqueduct here that I have going, that is going to mean that we need to put in, this is just for my own sake here, but we do need to put in probably some temporary scaffolding just to get everything else built. And in this game, the beavers can build diagonally. So I don't really need to build a whole ton of scaffolding in order to make this work, I don't think. So I guess maybe let's just start putting some of this stuff in. So if I just go like here all the way up, I guess that's too high. We'll go down 1 block there, make that last one a too high platform. So I think if I wind up doing that, they'll be able to build obviously straight down here, because they're going to be able to reach, this bottom level of the platforms, but anything taller they can't. So I think we're going to need to do that. And same story over here. I'm sorry, the angle is pretty poop, guys. I'm just trying to work on getting all this how I want it, so that way we can get this rolling. I will also need this here. This should be good for that. Do one right here. The scaffolding that I have up against the aqueduct, assuming I remember to do so, I am probably going to just destroy it. This is going to wind up getting built, so this is just going to be a, a long-term project for us, and we'll get that done. The other thing is that these are all connected, or at least the lumber mills, rather, are connected to this single large windmill. We are working on the second one, which it looks like we have enough resources to build. Maybe we're short a little bit on planks, but those are coming super quickly. And especially if we can get this operating, then we'll be good with that. But that's just going to help us become, or at least, make a few more planks in this district, instead of having to rely exclusively on planks from elsewhere. Because I'm going to need a ton of planks to do a lot of stuff in this district, because, oops, that's too tall. Because of the height differences that are here, there isn't too much flat land. Like, there's a lot of, like, little plateaus and stuff that I could build plenty of stuff on. Like, this here could be a farm all by itself. But I need a lot of stairs in order to get to places. I don't know if I wound up showing this off, but I really, really like how this temple turned out. I like that the trees are all, like, slightly different heights. Like, the pine trees, in the back here, if you guys want to focus as I move my camera a little bit. But they're all, like, different heights and slightly different thicknesses and stuff too, so that adds a little bit of character to it. But I think this turned out really, really nice, and I'm very happy with how it did. I like the little blueberries in there, as well as the beaver statues. Yeah, super happy. I'm glad I spent a little bit of time working on that. And actually, if I just check over here, how many unemployeds? I have 8 unemployeds, so it's definitely not worth building any more lodges, at least not yet. I can probably work on doing something over here. That might be my project next episode, to expand this area out here. But where we are at currently, I'm super, super excited to just keep on working on this district, because this is going to be our biggest growing point at the moment. And let me actually, go ahead and just give this, I didn't even put pathways in. Oopsies. So I put some platforms in here just to connect up to that road there. So that way we have a bunch more building space. Because once this is all done, this is all going to turn green. It's going to be similar to like this color. So we're going to have a lot more space to kind of work out. And especially if we start playing with water like I want to, we're going to have a whole ton of green space here. So logically, this is probably going to be a really good area for us to grow a lot of food for. Not that we really need it, because we have 21,000 food between all of our districts. And I can just cart the food to one another super quickly. And, this one being the youngest is the least, or the most likely to wind up like starving from food loss or something like that. But just some stuff to make me feel like the game is a little more entertaining. As it gets later, just kind of making every little city kind of a specialized little niche thing. Um, Whereas like our drought defenders, that's just making a whole mess of logs. That's providing most of the logs for just the whole, this industry area as a whole. So if I have the other one over here building food, that is going to be good for us too. It'll just help everybody out. And I put another platform in here just to kind of help if they want to just go straight across. So just do something like that to avoid this little floodgate. I'm not sure what the fastest way is. The beaver pathing will figure all that out, and they will do what they need to, which is fine. So yeah, this is coming along super, super nicely. Looking at the time we have versus how much time I know this is going to take in order to do, I don't know that we're going to be able to finish we're going to finish the episode, obviously, but I don't know that we're going to be able to finish all of these bridges before the end of the episode. But we do have our first bridge in here. And you can actually see the metal. It's yellow. You'll be able to see in the middle that like the smaller bridges are just made out of wood. So there's no metal, so it's just a wooden bridge. Ooh, we have the scaffold all the way up there. So if we look at this, these are still not filled in. So I don't know why. I guess we could probably... Yeah, let's get rid of this lodge here as well. Why are we not making beavers? One of these here will increase fertility, but I don't remember which one that is. So we're going to go through campfire, increases fertility. Okay, so we will give them a campfire because I want a lot of little beaver babies. So we'll just put one in right over here. That should be fine. The one campfire should be more than enough for a district of this size. And with the size of this farm here, oops, let me actually go ahead, just for once we wind up getting big enough for this to make sense, let me just add a second one over here. And then let's tell them to chop down these trees. That should be all of them that I need. Whatever. We'll see if they can reach these. They probably can't, but that's fine. And then I'll probably turn this into farm as well. I might even... Let's just get a third one down, because I'm probably going to have this be a massive field, and we'll just pause that. And once we get some more beavers, we can get that in there, but I think for the moment, let's get... Those are potatoes, so maybe let's get a bunch of carrots. I didn't really pay attention to how far over this can go. Oh, all the way over there. Cool. So we won't go quite that far. We'll maybe just go to there. That should be good. And then up to that line, I think. So I'm just putting that there as a little reminder to myself for where I was thinking about it. Let's just do one last little check in here. So that's all set. How is this? Yep, that's coming along about as slow as I anticipated it. I'm glad we were able to get this first one done relatively quickly, though. And our water tanks are still empty, more or less. I mean, I'm not really going to count one water as anywhere close to full, but it might actually... Let me see. Let's put in some more water tanks over here, just to kind of keep the symmetry up in this district. So we'll just do something like that. And then, to be honest, I have a lot of dynamite. So I can go ahead, blow up this here, once that winds up doing it. And then I can just kind of keep it like nice flat area, I guess. And I'll probably... Oh, that might be too far. We'll just knock it back one further. Just to get a little bit extra water volume. Never hurts anybody. Oop, there we go. Oop, we're going to hit the backspace. We're going to do this faster. Look at that. Actually, I wonder if I can, like... Ooh, so if you hit enter, so if you do backspace and then enter, it goes even quicker. We're finding out all kinds of things here today in a game that I've played. I don't really know how many hours. The last time I think I looked was like 75 hours, but that was a little bit ago. And I've definitely played since, so probably over 100 hours in, which is more than enough to know the backspace button deletes things apparently, or apparently not, I should say. But with that little tangent there, I'm gonna go ahead and call the episode here. So I do want to thank all of you for watching this video. It's super appreciated. If you like it, drop a like. If you like what I'm doing, think about subscribing. Otherwise, I hope all of you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are at. And as always, remember to do something kind.